What's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here. Happy 2020, and in this video I'm going to be talking about what's now one of my favorite movies of 2019, and it will probably now be included in my top films of 2019 video that will probably be coming at some point just a little later this week, and that is Danger Close, The Battle for Wellington, starring Travis Fimmel, Luke Bracey, Daniel Webber, as well as others, and directed by Chris Stan.
My turn.
Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Bloody Jacob, your sexy, awesome, exclusive content. Get a part of this. Subscribe to the little butt down there.
I was very, very glad to have found this DVD at Walmart not too long ago, of all places. Weirdly, they have a slightly more varied, or a slightly more diverse, I don't know, selection. Sometimes I actually have movies that are a little more independent that are recently released or something. So Walmart's Walmart, but still. I did find the DVD. I wish I'd found the Blu-ray instead because of how much I like this movie now. Spoilers. But I'm still glad I grabbed it when I could. You know, I will order the DVD at some, or the Blu-ray at some point. But yeah, before we get into the specifics, it follows. Let's read IMDb real quick if you would like to, or why not the DVD? Major Harry Smith, played by Travis Fimmel, and his company of 108 young and experienced soldiers are fighting for their lives in the Battle of Wellington. With 2,500 battle-hardened Viet Cong soldiers closing in, their ammunition running out, and casualties mounting, each man searches for the strength to triumph over an uncertain future with honor, decency, and courage. And as the picture showed there, it stars Travis Fimmel. And that's the main reason why I sought this movie out, honestly, because, you know, I'm such a big fan of Travis Fimmel's coming off of Vikings on the History Channel, where he played Ragnar Lothbrok. And I just gotta say, Travis Fimmel in that show, I think, ended up giving one of the greatest performances of any TV show in history. I don't mean just on history, I mean just, you know, within, you know, film and TV history and everything like that. His performance as Ragnar, incredible. I think it's right up there with your Breaking Bads and your ones like that too. Different, of course, but I think it's a damn shame that Travis was never officially recognized for an Emmy for it or something like that. Incredible. And so in this, I was just happy to see him put into a role like this. I knew he would excel. And he did. Travis Fimmel is very good here as Major Harry Smith. So, you know, he is our lead protagonist character. It is a little bit of an ensemble as well. But most of it is on him, and I really enjoyed following Harry's struggle, because there's a couple, you know, you know, kind of in the midst of war decisions he has to make, one in particular. I really like how they portrayed that weighing on him and how that affects the men from different perspectives, and kind of the blurriness that can bring when you don't have all the answers, but you see that from your private perspective, you know, compared to you know, what the leaders and such are actually seeing. But of course he ends up, you know, he is on the battlefield with them, and then he has the higher ups. Excuse me. You have like Richard Roxburgh, you know, who plays David Jackson, and you know, one of the other leaders. I don't have the name apparently. Again, Richard Roxburgh, I primarily know him as Dracula from Hugh Jackman's Van Helsing movie, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. So, you know, not putting him down. But I've seen him more serious roles periodically as well. You know, and he's very fine in his role too. But yeah, and Luke Bracey as Sergeant Bob Buick. He and Harry Smith, had known each other. So they have a little bit of a rapport with one another when you see them on screen together. But they're leaving sort of separate, groups initially. And he has a good presence. I've seen him in things periodically as well. But I would say the real, most fleshed out dynamic you get in this movie is between Travis Fimmel's character and Daniel Webber. And Daniel Webber, you may recognize him from things like the first season of The Punisher on Netflix. He was a focus on 11/22/63 on Hulu with James Franco. And he was good here. I mean, you can see a little, blooper image, with Travis Fimmel in the background there. He's been popping up more and more periodically. And again, the relationship between him and Harry Smith is, I think, the highlight of the film. And they both have, I think, the most fleshed out arcs. And I would say that even Daniel Webber's character probably develops the most, given the circumstances he's then put into. And then sort of, Travis Fimmel's character's perspective on him, how it changes. So I really enjoyed that. And then the movie overall, I think we've been spoiled over the past 2-3 decades with some really good, war films. I mean, it's funny to call a war film like good or the violence good or something. I don't just mean the violence, but just how many good war films we've gotten over the past while. From one recent one like Hacksaw Ridge. If you want to go back to like Saving Private Ryan and all the others. This doesn't feel totally original. It doesn't really do anything new that you haven't seen in this genre before. Like all the there's story beats that you'll recognize, how it plays on characters' fates and just the different sequences. It's not anything different, but it doesn't do anything wrong or bad either. In fact, I thought it was pretty effective. Like I said, I'm not going to compare it to everything, but I really liked 13 Hours with John Krasinski. That was a Michael Bay film. But I would say overall, in terms of the characters themselves, I think Danger Close is a bit better, actually. So yeah, I think it's better than some of those more widely released ones, and I think this would have been a good one to put in theaters. Even though you have like 1917 and Midway and different ones like that coming out right now, I think this probably takes it, at least for me. And it's probably because of my love for Travis Fimmel. And again, he was so good here. And the movie is shot pretty well as well. I enjoyed the color palette of the film, while still keeping realistic visuals and everything, and the environment, the way it looks and such. I thought it was really, really nice. So yeah, overall, Danger Close, Battle for Longtan. I really like this film. I'm giving like an 89-90% maybe. Probably about an AA minus. Not really anything wrong with it. And like I said, I'm glad I watched it because it will be on my top 10 favorite movies of the whole year for sure. Again, that video coming probably later this week. So yeah, I hope you guys had a good start here, 2020. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.